All right, the best weekend of the year and the best day of the year, Wrestlemania 32. It's here finally after waiting a year. It's here tonight. Are you excited, guys?
Yes, I'm very excited, like I am every year, of course.
And you, Fred?
Yes.
Yes, my little boy, 10-year-old WWE super fan. And my buddy Mike, my best friend, we're actually wrestling fans since the moment, we were able to open our eyes and watch television, right?
For the past 30 years, yes.
Yeah. And Fred, he was born almost, in the wrestling ring, watching wrestling. I think you watched wrestling before you watched cartoons or anything else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who's your favorite wrestler, by the way? C'est qui ton temps préféré?
John Cena.
And you, Mike, who's your favorite wrestler?
John Cena.
My God. My favorite wrestler, right now is Seth Rollins, but my all-time favorite wrestler is the Hitman Bret Hart.
Oh, me too. My all-time favorite wrestler is Bret the Hitman Hart from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Wow. And if I had to say a top five, I would put Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. I would probably put Seth Rollins in the top five, and how can you forget the one and only, the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, good friend of mine.
Of course, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Roddy. We lost Roddy this year, and love you, buddy.
We lost Dusty Rhodes this year as well.
Yeah, it's been
we were very emotional seeing the statue they made at Wrestlemania Access, dedicated to Dusty Rhodes, and his family was there, and it was very emotional.
Very emotional, and I love to see Cody and Dustin talk about their dad.
Yep.
And watching the Daniel Bryan documentary, also when he talked about losing his dad, and you could see Cody in the back, relating because he lost his father too. That was very emotional.
Yep.
And do you like Cody Rhodes? My little son here is a big fan of Stardust. You love Stardust, right?
Yes.
You think he's funny?
Yeah.
Did you see the interview where he was on character? He was jumping everywhere, almost fell over a chair at WrestleMania Access?
The Sam Roberts podcast we watched from WrestleMania 31 last year. He was sitting on top of the chair and he was yelling at Sam Roberts and his co-host. It was very funny, yeah?
That was very funny. I love Cody, and hopefully, you could win the IC title tonight. But that's what we're going to get into right now. WrestleMania 32 predictions. It's going to be a hell of a card. A hell of a card.
They have so many injuries. They're suffering so many injuries right now. It's amazing. They get to put on a very good card. Having so many injuries to especially like guys like Seth Rollins and Cesaro and John Cena and Randy Orton. It's pretty amazing, yeah.
It is. Who's the guy you miss the most? C'est qui lutteur que tu t'ennuies plus en ce moment, Fred? Do you say
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, right? It's true. Me too. I really think Seth Rollins. It's a big loss right now.
Especially since Seth Rollins was the WWE World Heavyweight Champion when he got injured. It was pretty sad, yeah.
John Cena.
And John Cena.
Oh yeah, we saw John Cena last night at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, so it's good to see him back, yeah?
Yeah, it is. And just before we jump into WrestleMania predictions, I just wanted to do a little recap of NXT TakeOver from Friday night. It was absolutely amazing.
It was an amazing show. It was really awesome.
Zayn versus...
Did you like... What was your favorite match from NXT TakeOver, Fred?
Zayn versus...
Nakamura?
What?
Oh, that was amazing. And you, Mike?
Well, of course, Sami Zayn against Nakamura was probably, as I said during the event, when I saw it live, it's probably the match of the year so far.
Yeah, to me, I would go so far as to say probably the match of the decade. Because I think that Sami Zayn, is the best wrestler in the world right now. I think his facial expressions and his selling is, absolutely off the charts. And Nakamura... Also, a lot of people say the best in the world. So you probably had two of the top five wrestlers in the business in the ring at the peak of their careers. And it was kind of sad. I was almost saying, I don't want Sami Zayn to leave NXT.
Well, they have to. That's the point of NXT is to go out to the main roster of WWE. That's the whole point. So, yeah.
But at the same time, it's almost like, you don't want him to get lost in the shuffle in WWE.
I don't think he will be, though. He's going to be like Kevin Owens. And I'm predicting a big feud throughout the year between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, hopefully. And I don't think, though, that... we'll come back to predictions later, but I don't think that's going to be tonight that he's going to win the title because I think that it's going to be down the road.
Yeah.
Agree. And how about NXT TakeOver? The first match, was the American Alphas against the Revival.
That was an awesome match too. Yeah, very good match.
Talk about old school tag team. Everybody jumps on the American Alpha bandwagon, and I do too. But also want to point out that you can't have a great match without Dan's partner, and the Revival, to me, are the best old school tag team in the business right now.
To have a good tag team match, you have to have 4 great wrestlers that have good chemistry between the 4 wrestlers. They have a tremendous match. That's obvious, yeah.
Yeah, it was. And did you love the American Alphas? I know you're a big fan of them. So who's your favorite, Chad Gable or Jason Jordan?
Jordan.
And he remind you of a young Kurt Angle. I always say that Chad Gable reminds me of a young Kurt Angle.
For me, he's a mix between. Jason Jordan is a mix between probably Kurt Angle and Shelton Benjamin.
Oh my God, yeah, with a little bit of Brock Lesnar put in, because he's got so much energy and, just the way he jumps in the ring like Brock, and his intensity is totally off the charts. And I love the kid, his facial expressions. He's got money and superstardom written all over him.
Of course, and so does Chad Gable. I mean, they're going to be a great tag team in WWE. Just like the new tag team coming up pretty soon, probably in WWE after WrestleMania, Enzo and Cass.
Oh my God. And you can't teach that. I love Enzo and Cass. I really do. I'm a big fan. Are you a big fan of Enzo and Cass?
Yeah.
Who do you like the most? Big Cass or Enzo?
Big Cass.
Yeah, Big Cass is very impressive. 7 foot tall and very athletic and a lot of charisma. So I think this team is going to be WWE Tag Team Champions before WrestleMania next year, or maybe it's going to be a slow building.
Maybe at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, that would be amazing to keep the straps on the New Day until then. That would be amazing. I just can't imagine Enzo and Xavier Woods going back at it on the mic. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be amazing. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and so the first match, American Alphas against the Revival, I think was the best tag team match of the year. Amazing, the first 10 minutes, the Alphas dominated. Then the Revival came back, a few botches, but I always say you won't botch anything when you don't try anything.
That's why it's called high risk.
Exactly, because the people, complaining about, botchamania and stuff like that, those guys are trying very hard to be creative. And of course, you can botch a few moves, but I would say that it was an extraordinary match between 2 amazing tag teams, and I would give it an A+ rating for, do you agree?
Yes, very good match.
And were you happy to see Jordan and Gable win the tag team titles?
Jordan.
Yeah, you were happy to see them with the titles?
Yes.
Very emotional, right? and then the second match on the card, Baron Corbin against
Austin Aries.
Wow. I've never, even though, I never really watched a lot of TNA, but I knew Austin Aries was good. I never saw him in the ring, and I was like, he's a little pit bull.
I saw him a few times in TNA, and I knew he was very good, so I was looking forward to seeing him in NXT, and he definitely delivered, yeah. Oh,
yeah, he is good, and Baron Corbin is a monster heel. I love him. And I think they did what they... it was hard to follow up
that way.
The Alphas, but they did a good job. And, I don't think Aries winning was necessarily the best thing they could have done, but it's okay. The feud will probably continue.
Yeah.
And Corbin looked great. Didn't look, like the fact that he won with a roll-up kind of protected, Corbin. So I think it was a good match. I would give it a good B rating, but I loved it. I really loved it. And then, we had, oh my goodness, Sami Zayn against Shinsuke Nakamura. And no words can describe it.
Unbelievable. It was awesome.
How would you... do you think that Sami Zayn is the best wrestler in the world, Fran?
Yes.
He is. I would say that, I just can't imagine a feud between Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn.
My God.
That would be totally amazing. But I think Sami Zayn and Nakamura put on a show that will be remembered for years. And I think when Nakamura will come to the main roster, maybe a year down the road, can you imagine maybe having the same match next year at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship between Nakamura and Sami Zayn, Part 2?
Wow. That'd be awesome, huh? Yep.
Wow, that's a prediction, from Dom, How about it? Would you love to see Nakamura and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania next year?
Yeah.
You would? And did you like his style? Nakamura looking like a Michael Jackson mixed in with Michael Hayes. It was funny, huh? His facial expression, he looked kind of crazy,
Yeah.
It's very special because you don't see Japanese wrestlers with that kind of style.
Right.
You know, the king of strong style. I love the guy. You know, I think he's got main event potential.
Yeah, he does. Definitely has main event potential, yeah.
Yeah, so that was, in my opinion, the match of the year. In our opinion, the match of the year.
What is that?
Followed up by Bailey against...
Very good.
was a good match, you know, with Asuka. And I think that Asuka is a good wrestler, you know, and Bailey, you know, she's probably the best diva on the roster. So that
coming up to the main roster, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a good match, and probably because Bailey's going to be coming up on the main roster pretty soon.
The 4 horsewoman.
Exactly. So that's probably why, you know, she lost the belt. And then you had the main event between Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, and that's where
the match was ruined because 30 seconds in the match, Samoa Joe got busted hard way over his eye. He started bleeding, and they tried to stop the bleeding, and people weren't very happy about that.
Yeah, and that's what I loved about the match. It was so unpredictable, and it kind of added an extra layer to the match, and I loved it. But, you know, some fans complaining about the PG era. I agree that, you know, I would have preferred to let Joe, you know, keep wrestling and stop, but at the same time, you know, it made for a very different kind of match, and you know, the fuck PG chant was awesome.
That was the best chant of the night.
The best chant of the night to me was "Fight Forever" between Sami Zayn and
"Fight Forever" chant between Sami Zayn and Nakamura was awesome. Yeah,
for me, it was the first time I heard it. "Fight Forever," you know, battez-vous pour toujours. That was amazing.
The longest match in wrestling history.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. So the match was very good, very stiff between Balor and you know, Samoa Joe.
Oh, yeah.
And I think if it's for Samoa Joe to come to the WWE main roster, maybe tonight at WrestleMania in the Under the Giant Battle Royal.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know, but I think Samoa Joe is more than ready. He's 38 years old. He's at the peak of his game.
You know, he got very good experience. Of course, he wrestled for TNA for over 10 years. So.
Oh, yeah. So do you like Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
And who's your favorite NXT superstar?
Finn Balor and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, now that Sami Zayn's on the main roster, did you love his, you know, his makeup as a Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Finn Balor.
That was cool, huh?
Yeah.
I love his entrance. So the demon.
He always does special entrances in the town that he's in. Like when he was in London last year, he did the entrance for, like Jack the Ripper with the hat on, and at Dallas, Texas, he had the chainsaw for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was awesome, yeah.
That was awesome. You know, I'd love him to come to Montreal. I don't know how he would dress.
Like a Montreal Canadiens hockey player, probably.
I would love to see the demon, you know, with the Ab jersey on it. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
And so that was an amazing match. I would give it an A+ rating too. I think that it was a very stiff match, and I was surprised. I was expecting Finn to lose and come to main roster with no spoilers here, but Doug Gallows and Carl Henderson as the Balor Club.
The Balor Club, yeah.
So maybe the Balor Club will start on the main roster without Finn, or start in. That's the beauty of it all. We don't know.
We don't know. He can start anytime. We don't know. That's the beauty of it.
Maybe he can pull double duty and be the NXT champ and also be on Raw.
Why not? They can do both, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, he's young. He's able to pull it off, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then tomorrow night, watch the Hall of Fame. I don't want to go into details, but it was a very, very good show.
Yeah.
I really loved the Ho Train.
Oh, yeah. I love The Godfather, and he brought up the Ho Train with the ladies. It was a lot of fun, yeah.
And to me, the first star of the night was Dana Warrior. I think she nailed it. She's very good on the mic. She could be on TV, you know. I would love to see her.
Well, I think they're going to use her to do that every year now at the Hall of Fame for the Warrior Award.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's amazing, honoring her husband. So, of course, it's a perfect fit, yeah.
And Michael Hayes was very good, too. And Sting, you know, officially announcing his retirement.
Yeah, it was sad to hear that Sting had to announce his retirement again because of injuries. It's too bad, but he had a tremendous career. And at least he ended his career last year at WrestleMania, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, and the Seth Rollins sign was pretty cool when they were trying to get him in the ambulance, and they wanted to drive away, and Seth Rollins kept apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry, Singh, I'm sorry. And by the way, I dressed as you on Halloween night when I was younger. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It must have made him feel old, though. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That
was pretty cool. So it was a good show. You know, very long, but I enjoyed it. And tonight,
it's going to be very long as well. They're going to have 11 matches, and it's going to last close to 7 hours, but it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. You know, on the pre-show, you're going to see the Usos against the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, so we can start the predictions right now. Yeah.
Who's?
Oh.
Who's?
Oh.
I love the Usos, and you love them too, Fred.
Yeah.
Fred is a big fan of the Usos. I love them too. You know, I think they're an amazing tag team, and I think that I would have preferred to see them on the main card.
Of course, as usual, but at least they're there. At least, so we're going to see it at least in
Yeah.
the pre-show, and the Usos will definitely win.
Yep, against the Dudley Boys, and I think it's going to be a good match, and hopefully the two great tag teams facing each other.
And I predict we're going to definitely see a table.
Oh yeah, we will. Who do you think is going to win, the Usos or the Dudley Boys?
Uso.
Uso crazy tonight, and the other match is the
The
five.
first match,
Yeah.
Kalisto against Ryback.
Oh, they open up the show with Kalisto and Ryback. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Caristo.
Kalisto? Yeah, I think that Kalisto can pull up the offset. I think so.
And me too. Kalisto, I think, is going to win. Yeah.
Yeah, the build-up has been pretty strange, you know, because
Big
to me,
guy against a little
yeah,
guy.
I just think that Ryback hasn't fully turned heel yet. Could be tonight though, where he goes crazy and maybe lose and then destroy Kalisto.
Yeah, it could be after the match. You have a beatdown after the match. It could be, yeah.
Yeah, because in my opinion, you need monster heels to face, you know, Reigns down the road and go in those guys. So Ryback is a good veteran. And he's very credible. People, you know, can buy into Ryback being a top heel, and I really love Ryback. So hopefully, you know, it's going to be an interesting feud down the line.
Definitely.
And so, yeah, my pick is also Kalisto to win.
And the other match on the pre-show is the 10 Diva Tag Team match.
Well, yeah.
Don't really care about that, but
No, me neither. So, you know, the prediction is that I probably will use this to tweet and not watch it.
Bathroom break.
But, yeah, bathroom break. So, you know, no disrespect to the divas involved because I love Emma.
I know, I love Brie Bella, and I love
Yeah.
Emma, and I love Summer Rae, and of course, and
Yeah.
it's good for them, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you, who's your favorite diva of the 10
Nikki Bella.
Nikki Bella, but
She's
she's
not
won't be
there.
there. But do you love Brie?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Emma?
No.
You don't love Emma? My goodness. Oh, I love Emma. I think she's beautiful.
It's too bad that Nikki Bella is injured.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be in that match.
And she's a good wrestler. I think she's the best wrestler, you know, with Charlotte and Becky and Sasha.
And Sasha Banks is the best women's
Yep.
wrestler right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. So now up to the main card. You know, who do you think is going to win the triple threat between Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte? Who do you think, Fred, is going to win the match? Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, or Charlotte?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. Oh, that's what I would love to. I think Sasha was walking out champion, but I would love if it was me booking, I would have the upset and have Becky come out as a winner. But I think Sasha's going to win.
For me, Sasha Banks is going to win, and like I saw on the internet, tomorrow night they're supposed to change the title. No more Divas Championship. It's going to change to the WWE Women's Championship.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, you know, to get rid of the word diva. Yeah. It's like if we're calling the world heavyweight title the Gigolo World Title.
It's outdated.
You know, yeah, it's as if we were saying the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is now the Gigolo, because to me, Diva is more like, you know, exactly. So I would rather see Women's Championship, especially now with real fighters like Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha, and
Bayley,
Emma,
and Bayley,
yeah,
and
you know, even, you know, those already on the roster, like Paige, she's awesome. You know, I love Paige is one of my favorites. Also, my goodness. I'm just forgetting her name. You know, the girlfriend, the wife of Jimmy Uso.
Naomi.
Oh, sorry, Naomi. Yeah, I think that she's probably the best athlete on the roster.
She's athletic, yeah.
Very athletic. So I think that it's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
I expect it to be...
and the first match ever for Lana.
Oh, that's true.
And the 10 Diva tag.
The 10 Diva, yeah.
See her wrestle, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that prediction, you know, Sasha Banks and Fred, you know, it's Becky. So we'll see who's wrong and who's right tonight.
If Charlotte wins, we're all wrong.
Exactly. Hey, Charlotte wins, you know, pull the upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another match on the card, you know, AJ Styles against Y2J, Chris Jericho. And I love the feud. You know, people complain, oh, the match has been done 2 times already and 3 times.
3 times already.
But I think AJ Styles against Jericho this time around will have probably a good 20-minute match. And I think it's going to be one of the match of the year candidate.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match. I hope they have enough time to have a great match. Definitely. And I predict AJ Styles is going to win, yeah.
Me too. I predict AJ Styles win. Who do you think is going to win, AJ?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles?
But for me, because it's the 4th match between AJ Styles and Jericho, they should have had a stipulation for this match. Like a last man standing match.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It would have been much better.
Yeah. We met AJ Styles, you know, all of us, you know, TNA in Sherbrooke a few years ago.
2012, yeah.
We had a picture, Fred, with AJ, right?
Yeah.
It's on the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were so small back then, but AJ's a cool guy, so I love AJ. So one more time, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
So AJ Styles winning against Jericho tonight in a 5-star match.
Imagine hearing that in the AT&T Stadium. It's going to be awesome.
Well, it's going to be awesome. And so AJ Styles, and then if we move on the card, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah.
And barring any surprises from maybe a return from Cesaro,
Yeah.
that would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
Who else could return?
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that could be a good surprise.
Definitely, like we said earlier, it could be any guy from NXT. It could be Samoa Joe. It could be Baron Corbin. It could be anybody from NXT. We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe the Wyatts will be in the match. Hopefully,
Hopefully, at least 2, because Luke Harper is injured, and Bray Wyatt seems to have a bad back. So, don't know.
Yeah, my prediction is that we're going to see a surprise winner. If Cesaro comes back, could be Cesaro. If Samoa Joe enters the match, I don't think the Social Outcast will win like a lot of people are predicting. I think my bet is the surprise entrant will win. To me, if I go on a limb, I would go with Cesaro.
Yeah, me too. I go with Cesaro if he comes back. Yeah.
And you?
Yeah.
Cesaro?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so. Hopefully, Cesaro, you better be the match, or we're all gonna be wrong.
If you want to give a push to a guy like Braun Strowman, it would be the time to do it now in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, it would, but at the same time, I think after what they saw a few weeks ago on Raw, they're not.
They probably changed their mind.
Yeah, they changed their mind. So, yep, and so the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Then, if we go down the card, we're gonna have the Intercontinental 7-man ladder match between Kevin Owens, Sin Cara, Stardust, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Sami Zayn. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I think it's going to be one of the match of the night. And I fully expect, KO to walk out of KO Mania as the IC title holder. Who do you think is going to win, Mike?
Of course, Kevin Owens is going to win, definitely.
Yeah, and you, Fred, what do you think?
Sami Zayn will the Intercontinental title from Kevin Owens.
Oh, that's a great... So you expect Sami Zayn to win? Wow. Yeah, do you think Dolph Ziggler has a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who would you want to win the match? Sami or Dolph?
Sami.
Sami? Wow, good. So, I think that Dolph Ziggler would be another good choice, to win the match. I would love it.
Yeah.
And but I think it's going to be a great match, full of good bumps. And, I expect a great match tonight between those guys. A lot of talent. Stardust could be a surprise, winner.
Definitely.
Also. Yeah. And then if we move down the card, we had the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. If you go to Dean Ambrose against the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to win the match between the Beast and Brock?
For me, I think we're going to see Dean Ambrose win.
Dean Ambrose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that my heart goes with Dean, and up to right now, I was going with Dean, but at the same time, I think if they want to keep the aura against Brock, losing at WrestleMania would hurt him as much as Dean losing in a tough match would not necessarily hurt him this much. So I don't know. I have two ways to look at it. If Dean wins, it's going to be with the interference of somebody like the Wyatt family interfering in a match. If it doesn't involve anybody interfering, I think Brock's going to win after a tough fight.
Yeah, I agree. If there's no interference, I don't see Brock Lesnar losing without any interference.
Who do you think Fred's going to win between
Dean Ambrose will survive against Brock Lesnar and with help from the Wyatt family.
Oh, that's a great pick. I think, if Bray Wyatt comes back, that could be a good way to keep the feud going and probably prepare SummerSlam. Could prepare SummerSlam for Brock against Bray. Yeah. And another great match that's going to be very exciting, the New Day
versus the League of Nations.
Yep, and it's going to be no tag team titles involved.
Why?
And because it's an handicap match, 4 against 3. Yeah, it sucks.
What? It's stupid not to have the titles on the line at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree. So that's probably the reason why I think that the League of Nations could pull off an upset to keep the feud going, because there's not a lot of established tag teams right now beside the Usos and the Dudley Boys. So I think the League of Nations could pull off an upset at WrestleMania, but the entrance of the New Day will be absolutely amazing. I have no doubt about it.
But we could have a fourth member help the New Day.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be awesome to see that.
That would be cool. I don't know who could come in as the fourth member.
Could be Mark Henry. Who knows?
Yeah, but maybe as a send-off, retirement before it retires. Yeah. And who do you think's going to win, New Day or Sheamus Crew?
Oh, League of Nations.
The League of Nations? Who do you think's going to be pinning somebody? Do you think Sheamus is going to have the bro kick on maybe Xavier Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be it, because Sheamus is one of the toughest guy on the roster, and being right now with the League of Nations, take a little bit of shine out of him. But I think he's amazing, and Alberto Del Rio is also a good wrestler. Actually, the 4 League of Nations members, are great wrestlers in their own right. Rusev, you go from a Russian tank last year against John Cena to this year, being involved with a team, 4 guys. Wade Barrett also is an extraordinary wrestler. That's for another podcast, but these 4 guys deserves a lot
more. They deserve a lot more. I mean, to be in a tag team match like that, they deserve to have their own matches at WrestleMania. So.
Exactly. And then we have
Shane McMahon versus Undertaker.
Wow, Shane McMahon against The Undertaker. I never thought I'd see that.
I never thought I'd see Shane McMahon back in WWE.
That was amazing. I love Shane O'Mac, and I'm a huge Shane O'Mac fan. And those wondering at 46 years old if he could still go, I guess they had their answers last week.
Yeah, we saw that last Monday night on Raw when he dove off the top of the ring to the announce table. It was awesome. Yeah.
Do you love Shane O'Mac, Fred?
Yeah.
He was there before you were born, or when he was there. You were 2 years old. But what do you think of Shane? Is he crazy?
Yeah.
And who do you think is going to win?
Shane McMahon will beat Undertaker, will help from John Cena and set up WrestleMania 33.
Wow. Here goes the expert.
Again, 1 year in advance, you're going to set up a match. Wow.
They've done it once, with The Rock and Cena.
Yeah.
How about it? Tomorrow night on Raw, Taker comes out and say to Cena, you screwed me, and I want you at WrestleMania 33. And Shane's saying, okay, the clause where you're supposed to retire was made by my dad, and now I'm the one in charge, so you are not retired. Yes, WrestleMania 33 against John Cena.
Yeah, exactly. They could do that, definitely, yeah.
That would be awesome. Some people saying that even Taker letting himself loose to get rid of Vince.
I saw that on the internet last week, that people were saying he's going to lay down for Shane McMahon, saying that he's not Vince's bitch, and he's going to lay down. So
after a hard-fought match,
of course, not in the beginning. After a hard-fought match, it's not like Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash, the finger poke of doom.
that was
so stupid.
And now we're on to the main event. Even though it might not be the last match on the card, I think Shane will close the show. But the main event, to me, will always be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
It should be.
And Roman Reigns, the challenger, against, the game, Triple H. Yep. I think that I have no idea why people are against Roman Reigns. I think it's just like with John Cena. You're there, and then the guy next to you starts booing, and you go like, oh, okay, so he's booing, so I'm going to boo. I hate the fact that people are sheep like that, and they fall for anybody. It's like the internet is always going against the established guys, that are being like the chosen ones. Roman Reigns is not the chosen one. He fought. He had matches of the year candidate for the past 3 years. He was awesome with the Shield, and he had an awesome match again with Big Show.
Right, exactly. He can wrestle against anybody, of course.
Yeah, he put a good match out of Big Show. Out of the only guy I remember having a good match with Big Show was Sheamus. So imagine, if you can have a good match with Big Show, you can have a good match with anybody. So I really love Roman Reigns, and I think he deserves to be where he is right now. So the fans against him, will they turn him heel? I would win the match and then do a double finger and say screw you, and then beat The Rock, because The Rock has to be involved somehow.
Well, yeah, The Rock has to be involved somehow. He's not going to be there for nothing. Yeah, of course.
And Fred, who do you think is going to win?
Roman Reigns will beat Triple H and become the new WWE World Champion.
Yeah, I think so too. Great, Fred. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Roman Reigns will definitely win and become the new champion. Yeah.
And I think this match will involve no outside interference, because if there's outside interference with the two other matches, I think it would suck to have all the matches with interference. I think the Rock will be involved after the match.
Yeah, probably after the match, yeah. Yeah.
And how do you think Stone Cold would be involved somehow?
I don't know what he's going to do. I have no idea.
And Shawn Michaels.
There's all kinds of people going to be there. Shawn Michaels, we don't know. Yeah, who knows?
Backstage kids.
They haven't said anything about the legends going to be there, what they're going to do, so we don't know, yeah.
Exactly. I truly expect to be blown away tonight, even though they have a hard act to follow after NXT TakeOver.
Yeah.
I think somehow, it's going to be a tremendous... tremendous card. And for people, to compare not WrestleMania, but to compare NXT TakeOver to WrestleMania,
it's not fair.
It's not fair because, it's like two totally different brands. It's the same company, but it's two totally different brands.
Right.
And I think that it's done on purpose, that it's so different. Even I was kind of like, oh my God, there's no way WrestleMania can be as good as NXT TakeOver.
That's what I thought before they saw TakeOver.
Exactly.
My prediction was going to be TakeOver would be better than WrestleMania 32, but it's not the same product. That's why.
Exact. It's not the same product, and also it's like a wrestling fan's dream card. NXT TakeOver, and this WrestleMania is for the sports entertainment fans.
That's exactly right. It's different. Yeah.
And like Stone Cold would say, it's wrestling. I totally agree. But now, especially WrestleMania being like the Super Bowl, it's more than just wrestling.
It's an event. Of course, that's why they have celebrities that are going to be there, and people, you have singers and stuff like that. It's always a big show. Of course, it's sports entertainment.
It is. And I think that somehow the fact that Florida is going to be singing and stuff like that, I wouldn't, I don't like the fact, that people come in and take 10 minutes out of probably Chris Jericho match or whatever,
Because wrestlers work for the whole year to be at WrestleMania, and they can't even have a match because they have to have a singer.
Exactly, but at the same time, I agree. It's WrestleMania,
yeah.
And now with the 2-hour pre-show, right. They don't have to jam the card so much that they still have more time.
Yeah.
And I think that all in all, it's going to be very amazing. It's going to be breathtaking. Just the bare fact that's going to be. I don't know if they're going to break the record. Yesterday they said there will be 100,000 people.
Right, they should break the record. Yeah. Definitely.
Which will be amazing from the 78,000 they had at WrestleMania 3, even though they say 91,000.
93,000.
93,000. The real number, and it's proven.
Well, even tonight they can lie.
Yeah.
If they have to have 80, they're going to say 100,000 anyway. So
exactly. Now with the internet, everybody knows that, the truth will come out. I think if they say 100,000, it's going to be legit, and they're going to break their own record.
It's a huge stadium. It's the biggest football stadium they have. So yeah.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be amazing. Dallas. I love Texas. And I wish I was there. My good buddy, Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags wanted me to do a live podcast with them at WrestleCon. Yes, and I was like, I wish I had a private jet and fly to Texas tonight.
Yeah, it would be fun, definitely, yeah.
But it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be great, and I fully expect. Who do you think is going to be the match of the night?
Boy, I don't know. For me, it's probably going to be the ladder match.
The ladder match.
Oh, yeah.
I think the ladder match, and I also think Roman Reigns and Triple H will have an extraordinary match. Yeah. Shane will be like maybe the spot of the night, probably something crazy.
Off the top of the cell, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him jump off the top of the cell on the announce table, on The Undertaker.
Yeah. That'd be awesome, yeah.
That would be awesome because yesterday, no spoilers here, but, people saying, they were preparing something big, a big spot for the Hell in a Cell. So it's not Undertaker jumping off the cage, right?
No, probably not. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Taker, I love him, but, never. He's not a high flyer, but Shane, is a suicidal, homicidal.
He's still got it at 46 years old. So.
Oh, yeah. He's the new Sabu, I love Shane O'Mac so much, and I think that, I hope it's not just a one-time, match for Shane. I hope he's going to have more matches in him.
I don't think he's going to wrestle very often.
Not often, but how about, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, a few times a year?
Yeah, could be, yeah. Definitely.
Let him time to heal between the matches, because I'm sure that tomorrow, if he's on Raw, he's going to be barely able to walk.
Well, tomorrow he's not going to wrestle. He's going to be in charge of Raw. So
Oh, hopefully. So, and what to expect from the Raw after WrestleMania, the biggest Raw of the year. I fully expect to see the realest man in the room. How you doing?
Yeah.
You can't teach that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Enzo and Cass and Carmella definitely going to be on Raw, yeah.
I really hope so. I love them both, and I love Carmella. I think they're going to be very entertaining, and they could be the next big tag team in WWE. Yeah. And how about the debut of Doug Gallows and Carl Henderson?
Yeah, they could be too, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The return of Cesaro or John Cena, or both.
Or John Cena, yeah, definitely.
And then the most hardcore crowd of the year, the post-WrestleMania show. People are going to be absolutely crazy. I just hope they're not trying to steal the show in terms of chanting. The next time I hear a CM Punk chant, I think I jump through the screen. I cannot. The guy is a piece of crap. He was a great wrestler. I loved CM Punk. I love CM Punk. But, to see him, shit on the product all the time. I can't stand this guy anymore. And I cannot stand the fact that people keep chanting CM Punk when there's guys busting their ass in the ring. That's so disrespectful.
I know that. It's stupid, yeah. I know.
It is stupid. So, for everybody, start chanting.
Or when they chant the announcer's name, like JBL, the CM Punk. Yeah. He's not even wrestling. He's sitting down talking.
Exactly. You can chant Randy Savage. You can chant Bret Hart. You can chant whatever you want. But stop the CM Punk chant, please. He was a great wrestler. He was the best in the world. I agree. I loved CM Punk.
It's in the past.
It's in the past, and he's been shitting on our product, what we love, and he's been saying bad things about the WWE. I know WWE had their own faults in that, but the fact of the matter is, you should just move on to UFC. Mm-hmm. You never saw Brock Lesnar shitting on the WWE product.
Never.
And, it's the same thing with everybody else. Ken Shamrock, when he left, or people, they left, and, they kept... But
Bill Goldberg never shit on WWE when he left.
Yeah, exactly. So, CM Punk, I wish you have a great UFC career. And I'll watch him in UFC.
I can't wait to see his first match in UFC.
Me too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm tired to see people chanting CM Punk, because it's this. Just think about the guys that pay their dues, like guy like Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens. They pay their dues to be on WWE, and they deserve to be on WWE. Like, Bobby Roode, if he makes it to the main roster, that could be another surprise tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, it's been 25 years in the business, and guys like that, they deserve our respect. Yeah. And the same thing with Roman Reigns. You can boo him, but don't be disrespectful to him. That's a big difference to me. If you boo him, that's okay. But, like John Cena, even the reaction he had yesterday at the Hall of Fame, it's almost becoming more like a way to show him that we support him, to say John Cena sucks.
He's used to it by now.
He's used to it. And people do it almost like, hey, buddy, we love you, John Cena sucks. Yeah. And be the first one, to go crazy. Oh, can I have your picture with you? Can I take your autograph? Can I, people are, this.
He's always on the talk shows like the Today Show and everything. So
exactly, and the same people are saying John Cena sucks. Have his T-shirt and watch his matches and go crazy when he's gonna make his comeback. So I don't think it's just a way. Okay, everybody does that, so let's keep doing it. And now it's almost like a trend. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a respectful way to show him we love him. Hey, John Cena sucks, and Cena loves it too. So that's great. As long as you have a reaction.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. You have to have a reaction, huh?
And when the worst thing for a wrestler is when there's no reaction.
Exactly.
Then you're not doing your job.
Right.
And your character sucks.
Right.
But people saying to Rocky, die, back when Rocky Maivia, it was a way to say, hey, you know what, we don't like your character, but we like you, so do something about it. And he came back.
He did something about it. Exactly.
Exact. So
that's why Roman Reigns has to do the same thing.
Roman Reigns has all the potential in the world, and I think that giving the double finger tonight to the WWE Universe would be a good way for him to go like, you know what, you want to boo me, screw you. I'm the new WWE champion, whether you like it or not. Believe that for sure.
That's right.
And so tonight, WrestleMania, everybody, keep retweeting. Let's make it the number one trend in the world. Oh, yeah. WrestleMania 32, baby.
Hashtag WrestleMania 32.
And bring it on. Tonight we're ready.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
All right, everybody. So very happy, we did a podcast this afternoon and can't wait to watch it tonight. It's only 5 hours away.
Eastern time, yeah.
The pre-show on the WWE Network, $9.99, $11.99 here in Canada. Yeah. It's the best $12 we ever spent.
You got that right.
All right, everybody. So see you tonight and WrestleMania 32.